Good morning and happy Tuesday. This is Professor Clayton, and I just wanted to give you guys some brief updates and also mention some important information for the paper that's going to be due this weekend. So I've looked through and have graded your process analysis pre-write papers. Those grades are in the system. They were mostly an effort grade. As long as you did it and kind of had everything there, you got mostly full credit. So I didn't make a lot of comments on there unless there was something specific that needed to be stated on there. So I think most of you all are ready now to work on the main paper. The key things that I kind of saw overall was the more detailed your outline was, the easier your paper is going to be to write. So on the next paper, the classification essay, when you get down to doing your pre-write, even though it may take a little longer at the beginning, it does make the paper easier to write if it's a little more of an elaborate outline. You kind of have all of your points down there, as well as having a really good, clear thesis statement. So, but overall, I was pretty satisfied with the pre-writes, and so I think you're ready now to work on the full paper. A couple of key things, important stuff to remember. In addition to the content of your paper, make sure you are abiding by and using MLA formatting. And again, if you don't remember what that is, go back to our first module and take a look at those assignments again. And also, if you need to, go to the OWL Purdue website and look up MLA formatting and paper style. It does seem like something minor, but it is a big deal in college, and especially for any type of English, history, or anything in the humanities type paper, it needs to be in that format. And you don't want to lose points for no reason. And so if you do send in a paper that is not formatted properly, you will lose points. It's a shame to do that if it's, even if you have a really great paper, you really do have to format it properly, and it is something important. So make sure. That was the only thing that I saw consistently on some of the papers was that you didn't use some of the MLA formatting and stuff. So that's one thing. The other thing is just organization. You're not going to get extra points for writing a really long paper if it's not organized or if the content's not there. I would rather have a short, clear paper. Now, again, it needs to abide by the word count, 1.5 to 2 pages. That's around 500 to 750 words, something like that. It does have to abide by that, but I would rather have a shorter paper, 550 words that are really, really clear and organized than 1,000 words that just ramble on and on. That's not necessarily going to get you a better grade. So again, editing and organization are very key. So after you write your first draft, make sure that you're going back, and if you need to, you can make appointments with the writing tutors on campus. I have information on our main Blackboard page for that, tutoring services, other things if you need. Take advantage of that. If you have other friends in the course that you know who are taking it also, feel free to share each other's papers so that you can help them edit it, whatever you need. It's just make sure that those little key details are very important and that they are finished by the time you turn in your final paper. What else? This is an important paper. All of the 4 major papers have to be completed, even though the grades, there are differing levels of points. You have to complete each one in order to continue the course. A few of you guys I've sent some messages to. You've been missing some assignments lately or haven't logged in recently. You've really got to keep on top of the assignments and make sure you're getting everything in, because it will soon get overwhelming and you're going to get too far behind. And the last thing you want is to find yourself toward the end of the semester with weeks and weeks of work to be completed and no way of completing it. But you do have to get done with this paper and have to submit one in order to continue with the course. And again, you do. This is very important. So even if some of you missed the pre-write, you still should try to get that paper in for sure on time. And again, there are no late assignments unless you've gotten with me previously and have secured that with me. Everything must be done on time. I've been teaching the course a long time, and so I've made it to where each assignment is doable. So make sure that you are getting that done. Don't wait until next Monday or Tuesday or whatever day and then say, can I turn my paper in late? No, it's not going to happen that way. You got to get everything in on time. Other than that, I think things are going pretty well. And this first paper is always kind of the hardest one because you're not sure what to expect, what to do. But do your best, and then we will. I'll get those graded after you turn them in, and then we'll start working on our next paper. And so each of the papers kind of work with each other in there. Other things, make sure that you're keeping up with your reading in the Book of Delights. If you have not gotten a copy, make sure that you get one. You will absolutely have to have that book read over the next, the next several weeks, because our third paper, the literary analysis, uses that book specifically. And it's a relatively new book. It's only been out for a year or two, so there aren't Cliff Notes, Spark Notes. You're not going to be able to kind of work your way and write a consistent paper about the book without having read it. So make sure that you have a copy and are reading it, because you will absolutely need that later. I also put an announcement on yesterday. There will be an event coming up. I think it's in March. I put it on there, the flyer. The author of the Book of Delights will be on campus, and again, all the sections of 101 are reading the same book, and so he will be there, and will be there for a book signing and a presentation. You are welcome to go to that. It is not a requirement for the course that you go, because again, being online, some people live in different areas and live all around the state. So, but if you can go, that would be excellent, and I might even be able to do a little extra credit for those who are able to attend the event. But anyway, we can talk about that a little bit closer to time. Other than that, I think that's about it. Just make sure that you're keeping up with all of the other assignments this week. I don't think we have any McGraw Connect assignments. There will be some next week and over time. So again, just make sure you're not getting too far behind. I know some of you guys have been missing some of those McGraw Connect assignments, even though they might just be 5, 10, 15 points here and there. If you start missing 3, 4, 5 of them, they do start to add up. And so again, you don't want to be missing those relatively easy points, but they are important parts of the course. So anyway, as always, email me with questions. Have a wonderful rest of the week and weekend, and we'll talk soon. Have a great day. Bye.